Yo, what's happening, people? Okay, we are live right now, live from the village right now. It is 5 minutes past 9 p.m. right now. It is the 18th of November, 2022 right now. I'm in London, England right now. Where you at, fam? Where you at? Okay, it is Friday night. We're about to play some video games. Well, a video game at least. Overwatch 2. Let me switch over to this screen. I tried to get a rhyme in there. It didn't quite work. Let me put this light on. Forgot to put the light on. But yeah, Overwatch 2 today. Because why not? Why not? The thing is, I'm still trying to make my way through Deathloop. And I do try to play that when I get a chance to. The problem is, the reason why I'm not playing it on stream is because I don't have Deathloop on console. I don't have an Xbox Series X. I've got the Xbox One S. And you can't download Deathloop for that. It won't run it. It's for the next gen or current gen consoles and high-end PCs. So even if I download it to my laptop, it won't run. It just won't run it. So the only way I play it is through the Xbox Game Cloud, Xbox Cloud Gaming, which is fine. You know, it works fine. It's smooth. It's, you know, as long as the internet connection is stable, it's not a problem. But when I try to play that game on cloud and stream at the same time, it definitely suffers. Like whether it's the processing, whether it's the internet lag being pulled in a million different directions, I don't know, but it definitely suffers when I stream, when I live stream plus play games on the cloud. So yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm playing Overwatch because I don't have to. Overwatch I'm not playing on the cloud. Overwatch is the downloaded game to my laptop. And maybe one day I'll get an Xbox Series X or a better PC to run newer games on it where I could download and do that thing. But for now, yeah, it is what it is. Anyway, so let me switch over to this screen as we get into Overwatch. There's some new things in the shop. Let's check them out. I'm probably not going to buy anything, but you know, we'll check them out. Just for you. Well, I don't play Doomfist, so that's clearly not for me. Featured. Symmetry. I don't play Symmetry either. That's quite cool looking skin though. Seasonal. What else they got here? Seasonal offers. Overwatch 2. Watch Point Pack. Social legendary offer. I don't know. Let's see what we got here. Does anything interest me? This is Doomfist again, or is it Winston? Team store. I do kind of support the London Spitfire, to be honest with you. I mean, I don't want to say I support them like I know everything about them. But, you know, I'm from London. They're London Spitfire. You kind of got to support the local team. It's kind of like that. But I haven't really kept up much with Overwatch. Who do I play as though? Alright, here we go. I don't know, man. That's not too. For 150, whatever those are, I don't have any. I think these are all just the old school characters, though. I don't think they've put the new ones in here. I can't see them anywhere unless I'm completely missing them. I can't see Kiriko or Junker Queen in here. So there's this. I swear down these people rip your stuff. I gotta buy 100 league tokens to buy these things. So it's 529 for the league tokens, but only 250 of them. So, ugh. I gotta buy more than I actually need. That's £10.59 I gotta spend. I ain't know, man. I'm not sure if I want to... The thing of this is that they've got some cool stuff. I'm not sure any of it is worth the money, though. Like, nothing really stands out to me as, whoa, that's so cool. You know what I mean? Certainly not the prices they're asking for. So I'll get all of this if I upgrade to the Battle Pass, well, immediately. So that's what I've ranked up to. I'll get 32 rewards. Buy premium plus 20 bonus tiers. What does that mean? That I just rank up. I don't have to play to get them. I'll just get it. Yo, what up, Brex? So let's see. To get... So it's $16.99 effectively. $16.79 rather to buy to get that. I mean, it's not ridiculous, but it just doesn't feel like there's anything in there that I really want. I don't know, man. But if I buy it, that means was it up to, is it 20 bonus tiers? It means I'll get all the way up to 32 without having to try. So I get all this stuff. Yeah, all the way up to 32. Yo, what up, Brax? How's your day going? How's your day been? I don't know. Maybe I'll get the next one. I'm not sure. I don't know. This doesn't... Anyway, let's just play for now. Worry about that stuff some other time. It's money I don't particularly want to spend. How you doing, Brax? Brax Biv in a place to bivvy. How's your day going? How's your day been? Appreciate you joining this live stream as we play some Overwatch in. Back to Kiriko. Anytime I put like all, they always put me as a support, which I get it. Because nobody plays support, so support classes are always available. So I end up in support. So good. It's been alright. Good and cold. Oh yeah, you like the cold. Oh, you like it be cold, huh? Yeah, ain't been too bad today weather-wise, actually. It didn't rain today, so that was cool. I prefer when it doesn't rain. It's just a lot less messy. I gotta stay back, man. But yeah, it's been alright, man. Had a pretty okay day today. Did some recording, so recorded my video for the movie channel. Why Captain Marvel is trash. That video was recorded. I just need to edit it now. Ooh. Yo, thanks for the health, man. Appreciate it. Ugh, he's behind the wall, isn't it? But yeah, I've been alright today, man. Been alright. Oof. So run away, man. It's too late, man. Too late. Oof. Damn it. Where's the team, though? But yeah, we had this announcement in the UK from the government. I don't know too much about it, but something to do with like things going up, basically, what it comes down to, taxes going up, and I don't know all the ins and outs and all that kind of stuff, all the details of exactly how it works, but yeah, basically things are going up. So it's getting harder and harder to live in the United Kingdom. It's getting harder and harder. Oof. And I heard about this lady, young lady, who's a mother. Apparently things got so tough for her, like financially tough for her, that she picks up her baby and walks in front of a train. That's a sad story, man. I don't know how old she was. It just said, sorry, just say young mother. It didn't say how old she was. But it was a young mother. I don't know when, where, I don't know all the details of that either, but boy. Yeah, man. Oh, okay. It hasn't been pouring down rain over there in your area you're in. Supposed to be a little rain in the area next week. In this area next week. You lucky the rain, huh? You lucky the rain. Yeah, I mean, it does generally rain quite a lot, especially this time of year. But last maybe day or so hasn't rained, I don't think. Oh, yeah, I don't think so. Maybe a little bit, actually. I might rain a little bit in yesterday. But today hasn't rained, and I like that. But, you know, it's going to rain sometime. It's going to rain sometime. We need the rain for, like, the plants and the trees and the whatever. Oh, mate, why? Bro. Also, actually, here's something really cool. Well, I think it's cool anyway. I don't know if anybody else is going to think this is cool. But the thing about YouTube, right, that's kind of bugs me, is that when somebody leaves, like, some comment on your post, on one of your videos, some bullshit comment, you know, some entitled whatever nonsense on your post, and you just want to cuss them out, you can't use any swear words, right? Because YouTube blocks it. YouTube it automatically just blocks the swear words. But what I found recently, today or yesterday, whenever, is that it doesn't block the middle finger emoji. So you can just, like, when every time somebody puts some nonsense comment on one of my videos, and I feel like I want to be petty today, oh, this is not working. Yo, where's my team? Yo, what up, Jakes? Oof. Little Jakes in the place. So yeah, next time somebody writes some nonsense comment on one of my videos, and I feel like I'm gonna want to be petty, I know that I can just put up the middle finger emoji and post that, and they could yeah. I've been all right, man. I've been all right. Did a little driving earlier. Had a little nap. Did some recording. Recorded a video for the movie channel. Just needs to be edited. That just needs to be edited. But yeah, man, been all right today, man. Been all right. Been ain't too bad. Them roller coaster prices are starting to happen over in England too. Inflation is about to sell through there. Well, inflation's been happening in the UK for a while. Like, things have gone up over the last maybe couple of weeks, few months. Yeah, maybe about a few months. I mean, they've always been expensive, especially if you're in London. It's always been expensive. But in the last maybe few months or so, things have just gone up horrendous. Actually, no, more than a few months now. It's been a while. It's been a while. But yeah, things have just gone up ridiculously. Like, energy prices have gone up. So the average sort of household cost has gone up. The government claims to be helping, but they're not really, because they're just taxing you in other ways. You know, so yeah, the cost of living has gone up ridiculously in the last, like, maybe a year. Maybe up. And now it's likely to go up even more, because like with more taxes coming in, or just higher taxes rather coming in, higher income taxes or whatever. So it's all going up. You're paying more for everything, and then you're getting taxed more for the same time. Okay, so at a point where if you earn like, say, 25, 30 grand or less, you're probably better off just claiming benefits. You know what I mean? Like, you're probably better off like quitting your job and claiming benefits. It could be like that. You know what I mean? It could be like that. You're much better off quit your job and claiming benefits. Have you seen it? Yes, I have seen it. I have seen it. And I have some thoughts on that as well. I remember, oh, flipping hell, man. Why? Somebody left. It's going to end the game. Utility bills about double. Yeah, man. Oh, damn, man. She could have left the baby with someone else, then did that to his own self. I mean, there's all sorts of things you could have done. I mean, the ideal scenario is that you don't do it in the first place, right? But it's a tough time right now, quite frankly, and I'm not going to try and make judgments on a person who's clearly gone through some hard times and mental turmoil of what she should have done and what she shouldn't have done. I mean, it's a tragic situation. You know, I don't think we're talking about someone who was in the best frame of mind if you're doing that sort of thing. So, I mean, yeah, you could have done this, could have done that, but bottom line is that nobody should be in a situation where you just can't afford to live. You know what I mean? Nobody should be in that situation. Especially what we just got from a pandemic, and what's that done to like people's health, people's mental health, or the alone time, the isolation, you know, all of that. It all plays a part of it, you know. And it's just like things that go on in people's lives, and who knows what else she was going through at the time. So yeah, it's like, it's not a rash. I don't think we're talking about somebody who made a rational decision. That's good. I haven't been interested in seeing it. They wrongfully switched up a lot of ish, I've heard. I know it's a fact. Lots of hidden agenda ish to mess up the movie. I don't think that's true. I mean, I saw the movie. I won't say too much right now because I don't want to spoil it or anything. But no, I don't think that's true about hidden agendas. And I mean, the film, I think in the end, they did the best they could, you know, with the situation they had. You know, it wasn't the original idea, because the original idea would have had, you know, Chadwick Boseman as the lead. But, you know, you can't act in a movie if you're not alive, right? So, they had a bunch of choices to make, whether they're going to recast the actor, whether they're going to, you know, move on with a different actor, with all kinds of things. CGI, you know what I mean? Like, there's all kinds of things they could have done. And who knows? Maybe, yo, what up, Al? Maybe if they recast the actor, they would have had a better movie. Maybe not. I guess we'll never really know. But I would say, after watching the film, I believe they really did the best they could with the situation they had. It's by no means a perfect film. Parts of it felt like it dragged for me, and parts of it kind of felt like it just wasn't as compelling as it perhaps was supposed to be, or perhaps they were intending it to be. But overall, it's a good movie, definitely worth checking out. If you're into comic book movies, definitely worth checking out. If you're not into comic book movies, then yeah, maybe don't bother. I don't know if it's going to convince anybody, but like the first movie, for example, the first Black Panther movie, I feel like that could be recommended to anybody, whether you like comic book movies or not. I think that's just a good movie. This one, it's pretty good. It's pretty good, but yeah, I feel like if you're not really interested in the whole comic book Marvel movie stuff, yeah, you might not care too much for it. Understandable. My thing is, you see, grown folks can go and fuck up themselves if they wanna. They can go ahead, but just leave the little youngies out of it. No, for sure. I mean, I don't disagree with that, but yeah, I just feel like when we're talking about all kinds of things going on, it's just a situation where it's like you should never have been in that situation to begin with. You know what I mean? There's things that happen that led to that should never have happened to begin with. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't think anybody wakes up and says, well, I'm just going to kill myself today. You know what I mean? I feel I don't think that happens too much, but just a series of events, lack of support, you know, and the way the government just keeps taking, and sometimes it just gets too much. Just been doing some cooking. Sorry I'm late. Nah, you don't guts to apologize for being late. Get here when you get here. It's all good. Speaking of cooking, actually, Alan, now that you mentioned it, I saw that picture you posted. I think, was it last week or whenever it was? I can't remember when it posted. It was the last maybe week or so. I saw that picture you posted about the curry that you made. Yeah, that curry that you made. Bruh. Now, I ain't no food expert, and quite frankly, it's probably going to be better than any curry I can make. I'm just saying that I hope it tasted better than it looks. That's all I'm gonna say. I hope that tasted better than it looked. Doing good. How you doing? Let me suicidal and shit. They can go out somewhere and do that all they yeah. Well, that's the thing. I don't think anybody wants to be suicidal. I don't think it's like a decision people make to kill themselves. Like, it's not, well, I mean, clearly it's a decision, but it's not like a rational choice. You know what I mean? It's not like you decide whether to go to the shops or not, or you decide whether to watch a TV show or not. You know what I mean? Like, there's things that happen in a person's life, and things that maybe people are going through that leads to those sorts of things. Like, you know, people suffer from depression in silence a lot of the time. You know what I mean? It's not, you shouldn't do, and especially like now, there should be resources for people to get help, but there isn't always. You know what I mean? So it's not like you like somebody sat down and weighed up the pros and cons of killing themselves. I don't think that happens. You know, I don't think it's a decision like that. It's not like you want to do it. Sometimes people feel like that's all they can do. You know, like if you ever, you know, like I watched an interview with somebody with depression and how they talk about just getting up in the morning sometimes. Like it could take all that you have, all the energy and everything you can muster just to get up out of bed in the morning sometimes. Like that getting out of bed could be like a massive win. You know, it's something that I feel like a lot of us thankfully won't fully understand. But it's not like a choice. Well, I mean, it is a choice, but it's not like a simple choice. You know, it's not like deciding to wear the blue shoes or the red shoes, you know. And the things that go on it's like if you've ever felt any kind of depression yourself, like I'm sure we've all felt some kind of depression at some point. I don't mean just feeling sad or feeling a bit down, but I think we've all felt some level of depression. But most of us never go through that kind of real deep, dark, you know, depression. But if you felt any level of depression, and you know, even then it could feel like nothing is worth, like life ain't worth living no more. Sometimes it could feel like that. I mean, you can because your depression maybe isn't as bad, it might be a case where you feel like that, but then you can move out of it. But when people feel that, you know, 100 times worse, or whatever it may be, 1,000 times worse than what you might be feeling, you know, yeah, I feel like most of us don't fully understand what that is, where those things, those thoughts that go through a person's mind that, you know, make them do certain things. You know, like you've got people like Chester Bennington from Linkin Park. You know, this is a guy who was in a very successful, you know, rock band. You know, he's married, had kids. You know, all the sort of stuff that people associate with a good life and success. And yet, underneath it all, he was depressed. You know, he was madly depressed. Ended up killing himself. Keith Flint from The Prodigy, similar thing. Cornell from the Soundgarden. Oh man, my bad. Sorry, I forgot his first name. Cornell. Something Cornell. Sorry, my bad. But yeah, same sort of thing. You know what I mean? So it's not like he would just be like, you know, I feel like it today. I don't think it's that simple a choice, you know. It did taste good. Okay, cool. Fair enough. That's all right. As long as it tasted good. As long as it tasted good, because, boy. I brought out my inner southerner. Started talking in southern dialects. Shake my head. That's so good. On the yonder there. Was it over on the yonder? Yeah, one thing I do, well, one thing I hope I understand at least is human beings are not logical. You know, depressed or not depressed, we are not logical creatures. We like to think that we are, you know, and maybe some of us are more logical than others. But I think when it comes down to it, human beings are not logical. You know, we are very illogical most of the time, which is fine. You know, I don't think that's a bad thing. We just need to acknowledge that more. Yeah. But how you guys doing? All that depressing talk. What's exciting and that's happening in the world? Oh man, bloody hell, man! They keep putting me as you know, I might change this thing, you know. That's twice they put me as support now. New Queen Street. I just realized something. I always keep forgetting to put the sound on, you know. My bad.
You look cheery.
As cheery as you are significant.
As cheery as you are significant, you know, raw. Are you gonna cuss people out in your own team? Well, to be fair, she started it.
Objective unlocks in 30 seconds.
True. Something going on for Ash. Something go through Ash and others are just straight up crazy. Just don't give a damn about Ash. Yeah, indeed. And sometimes, well, most times, you're never gonna know what which is which, right? You just see. Just go by what you can go by.
Let me balance you out.
I'm trying to stay behind, man. Oh. Oof. Have you? Ooh. Oh, I need to give her help, not try to shoot her down. You made new game patches daily. Well, has anybody? Well, we know Jacob got the God of War and what's the other game you said you got again? Have you started playing on God of War yet, by the way, Jacob?
The robot is ours.
Anybody else bought any new games or anything, any cool new things lately? You should say what the new Splinter Cell game is going to be like, as I'm a fan of the stealthy type games. Yeah, I feel like stealth games for me can be a bit hit and miss. There's definitely some really good ones over the years I've played. Shoot. But a lot of times, when it comes to stealthy type games... Oh wait, somebody else shot me, you know. Raw. Yeah, a lot of times when it comes to stealthy type games, I just get bored. You know what I mean? I just get bored, you know. I just want to run in and shoot stuff, and then you can't because it makes it too difficult. And hey, he's after dressed £100 pink elephant in the room. Can I ask why you're wearing a pink onesie? It's not a onesie. It's a sweater. It's just a hooded sweater. Because I like it. I like it. I bought this, I don't know, I guess a while ago. I wear it every now and then. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it.
Let me balance you out.
You know, no multi-layered reasoning or anything. No deep thoughts. I just liked it and I bought it and I wear it every now and then. I'm in the wrong place though. Like I should not be here. Where's my team though? I can't see where. Okay. I can't even teleport. They're too far away. Oh, there we go.
It's go time.
And as for the other stuff, might start cooking and baking up for Thanksgiving tomorrow, Sunday. Said she's gonna some work at a church program for a little extra money. Okay, cool.
Forward spawn activated.
I'm here.
Yeah, we could all do with a little extra money. What college? Ah, was it? Yeah. My mistake, I swear. It looks cool. That's so good. It's so good. Okay, it probably looks like a onesie from. You can't see the bottom part, but yeah, it's a hooded sweater or a hooded jacket. Really, not really a sweater because it's zipped. So it's really more of a hooded jacket. But yeah, I bought it from like I don't even know. What I buy this from again? I can't remember.
They took the robot from.
Do shit. Primark? I want to say. I think it was Primark. It was like £5, £6, something like that.
Let's get back to it.
I'm definitely a fan of like hooded sweaters and hooded jackets and hooded things like this. Oh snap! I don't have as many as I'd like to have, but I do like these. And I bought a pink one day. It's actually a bit too small for me, by the way. But still, I like it. Yeah, I prefer the campaign also. Yeah, Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I'm into the campaign. Multiplayer was.
They're pushing.
I hate it.
At this rate, we won't be in the lead for much longer.
The robot is in our possession.
Oh, I was hitting the wrong button. That's pretty cool. Oh, okay, so no good on the multiplayer then for
Misery made manifest.
what was the game of the year? My humble opinion. Ooh, really? Man, I do want to pay that though still.
Forward spawn activated.
Like a gentle rain.
I do want to play that game, man. Might be a while before I get to it, but hey.
Be healed.
Let's proceed.
It's go time.
Oh, where's my team though? Yo,
Nice to know you have my back.
finally. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Let the Kitsune guide you.
The robot is ours!
Judge thy sentence.
So that was an epic, especially before back. Ooh.
Misery made manifest.
I've got you. Surrender to my will.
And I hope for a cold day
Back in control.
for my B-Day. When's your B-Day? B-Day. When's your birthday?
Under my
Or
protection.
B-Day? If it's in the next month or two, then it's likely to be a cold day. Ish. I just wish Resident Evil 4 remake was being released before Christmas. Hey, my Christmas vid, I think. Oh, yeah, that's not until like March or something next year, is it? It's next week. Oh, next week. Braxton's birthday next week. Yo, man. Now we all gotta sing happy birthday for Braxton. Oof. We all gotta sing happy birthday to Braxton next week. Everybody.
Be careful.
Didn't get it, man. I guess I will have to make do with the original Resident Evil 4 for now. Hey, the original Resident Evil 4 is a sick game though still. This year, it's the day before Thanksgiving Day back in 2017. It was on Thanksgiving Day. I pictured in 9 candles and some dressing or a turkey in my head. So does Thanksgiving change each year? Like the actual date? Is it one of these things where it's like the third Thursday or something of? March 2023. March 2023, Resident Evil. Completed 2 daily rewards. Alright. See what the challenges are. I ain't got a first win yet. Complete 3 games queued for all roles. Okay, so I'll do 1 more queued for all roles and I'll get that. Deal damage with abilities. Eesh. Earn a triple kill. Assist or higher. Or triple assist, okay. Yeah, the day changes. Ah, I see. Alright, let's see if we can at least get 1 more. Queued for all roles. Let's do it. 1 more. 1 more. We do 1 more. Yeah, boy. Lots been going on in the world today. I know making remakes from our perspective doesn't seem to make sense, but from a business point of view, it makes sense from Capcom's perspective. I think Capcom is just going to do what they think is going to make money in the end. Like, Capcom are notorious for milking their franchises for everything it's worth. And to be honest, why not? If people are going to buy it, they're going to keep doing it. You know, like, so yeah, from a business point of view, it's like, you know, and they're like microtransactions and all that stuff. People complain about them, but they still buy them. So why stop doing it? From a business perspective, you go where the money is. And right now, they figured they can make money by putting out these remakes. So they're going to keep putting out these remakes. And I mean, I would assume the remakes don't cost as much to make as, say, a brand new game would cost to make. Because it's not like you're doing everything from scratch. You don't have to. I mean, you got to change the story to some degree, of course, but it's not like you have to change the story a massive amount. So you're pretty much working off, you know, the blueprint of something that's already established. So I'm sure it still costs the money. But my guess, and I wouldn't know for sure, of course, but my guess would be it doesn't cost them as much money to make through the remakes as it would to make a brand new game. Certainly probably won't take it as long because a lot of it's already been done already. So they can do these remakes while putting out brand new. Have one team do remakes, have another team do brand new games, and yeah, make their money. Like back in the days of Street Fighter, the way Capcom milked out Street Fighter, like just look up how many different versions there were of Street Fighter 2. It is nonsense, fam. There were so many. There were so many. It was like Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Street Fighter 2 Hyper Fighter, Street Fighter 2 World Champion, Super Street Fighter 2, you know, Street Fighter 2 Alpha, Street Fighter 2 Alpha plus EX. It got ridiculous. Like, Capcom will do that, though. They will milk something dry if they can. And hey, if people are going to buy it, it just makes sense to keep doing it. I appreciate it. B-Day is the 23rd. 23rd. Ooh, that is 5 days though. Raw. Actually, what day is the 23rd? What actual day is it? Let's see here. It's a Wednesday. Okay. Okay, I'm probably not going to be streaming on Wednesday, but Thursday. If I'm actually, wait. Actually, I probably won't be streaming Thursday that week. I've got to be out. But yeah, should be streaming Friday that week, so that's next week Friday. So yeah, next week Friday, we've got to sing happy birthday to Braxton. We've got to use his full name as well. We can't say Brax. Can't say Braxton. We've got to do Braxton Spirit. We've got to use his full name. You sing happy birthday to somebody, you've got to use their full name. Traditional type of Thanksgiving fare. Some remakes are actually better than the original source material. For example, Resident Evil 2 remake actually improved on the original. Oh, interesting. I guess to be fair though, if you're taking something that's already been done and you're modernizing it, I mean, theoretically speaking, you shouldn't mess it up, right? I mean, I guess in all honesty, things can get messed up. We see remakes of stuff get messed up all the time, especially with movies. But I feel like theoretically speaking, you should be able to get it right, or at the very least, get it decent. You know what I mean? Because you're improving graphics, right? You're improving gameplay mechanics. That's like a minimum. You know, you're making things maybe run a bit smoother. You know, things where you can maybe make some of the enemies look a bit better and things like that. And you're not necessarily doing the exact, although they're not necessarily doing the exact same stories, they can still have surprises. Traditional Thanksgiving cuisine is dressing, mashed potatoes, rice, mac and cheese, turkey or ham, pies, cakes, rolls, biscuits, cookies, etc. And potato salad. That sounds. Yeah. Oh man, I'm still. Yeah, I think after this, after I get that daily whatever, this is gonna pick a different role. Yeah, and the Capcom, they're out for real, man. They get a game and it does well. Best believe you're gonna get sequels and different versions. re-releases, remakes. You know, you're gonna get the whole thing.
Ugh, you look cheery.
That sounds like that's damn good eating for real, man. Better take a picture of that plate you fix. No, fix yourself a good plate. Take a picture of it for the gram. Mac and cheese, my personal favorite. I feel like mac and cheese is something that you can't get that wrong. I mean, you shouldn't be able to get it wrong. Let me put it that way. You can get it wrong, clearly. But you shouldn't be able to get it wrong. Like, mac and cheese should be, you know what I mean? Like, basic. Like, you shouldn't be able to get mac and cheese wrong, but wait, some people do. Some people do.
Okay, I learned from that.
Sure, it's on the round. It varies to other dishes among black and white folks. Yo, this spy's a menace though. How's this one guy taking us all out? Oh. Bruh. Not keen on mac and cheese. Mac and cheese is good. If you can, I mean, if you get like mac and cheese out the tin, it's okay. I mean, you could eat it, right? It's not bad. Warm it up, it's fine. Maybe put a little salt on it, whatever, you know, or what. It's all right. But you can get good mac and cheese, you know. It's gotta be creamy. It's just gotta be creamy.
Like a gentle rain. Unfortunate.
Bruh, this is not happening. Yeah, especially with Black Americans. One of our food rules with black people: don't mess up the mac and cheese. Hey, it shouldn't happen. it's macaroni and it's cheese, literally in the name. You shouldn't be able to mess it up. It's mate.
Under my protection.
It's like salad, you know what I mean? You can't mess up a salad. You can't put together a salad and get it wrong. It's a salad. But best believe some people still mess it up. Like, how? How are you messing up a salad? Like, you're literally just throwing a bunch of vegetables together. You should not mess that up. It's a simple thing. So I found myself jonesing for my aunt's mac and cheese. She got her own unique recipe, and it claps. Oh, fucking hell, what's going on? Yeah, we know them ones though, like certain foods just take you all the way back to your childhood. You know what I mean? Certain foods just take you all the way back to your childhood, like raw. Oof. My folks will do green bean casserole, corn casserole, squash casserole, raisins, potato salad, cranberry sauce with berries in it, and pumpkin pie. Pumpkin pie don't sound too bad actually. I don't think I've had it, but I could do pumpkin pie. Everything else you just mentioned sounds like I could miss. I could miss everything you just said, but pumpkin pie sounds nice. I don't think I've ever tried pumpkin pie, but it does sound nice. Everything else, I could happily miss that. Jeremy Clarkson can mess up the salad. He ended up hitting his producer. Tokyo show over. His producer on Tokyo show over. I think I heard about that actually. But yeah, people like Jeremy Clarkson don't impress me. I mean, they're effectively likable bullies. You know what I mean? They're likable bullies, but they're still bullies.
Time to get clever.
It's like that other guy, that chef guy. What's his face? Gordon Ramsay. He's a likable bully. He's still a bully. Potato salad, we don't do cranberry sauce with berries in it. We do sweet potato pie, not pumpkin. Sweet potato pie is nice though. That I have had. Oh, flipping out. Wasted.
Let the Kitsune guide you.
Cool. So you try both types,
Okay.
and who's
I learned from
the
that.
best in your opinion? Try to be objective. Don't lie, cranberry sauce does sound delectable. You know, mac and cheese, be there. So we have it, we throw something in the bottom, get it. A daily hell that. Certain foods, man, just take you all the way back, bruh.
10 seconds remaining.
Make you feel like a kid again, you know what I mean? With certain foods are just like,
Restoring balance.
Complete. Thank you. Score 0 to
you know, like a crackhead.
switching sides.
Hey, does your auntie make you like clean the whole house first or something before she gives you the mac and cheese? So that's what I would do. Oh, you want some of this mac and cheese, huh? Well, listen, the drains need emptying and or clearing out. That oven could do with some scraping out and cleaning out. There's a horrible mess in the bath. Better get on that too. Contemplating a hit and a lick just so I can get a hit, baby. Oh snap, I'm supposed to choose a player. My bad, my bad.
I'll find my own path.
I'll see this matter resolved.
Good, by the way. Nah, that's so good. I appreciate the jokes. I appreciate the humor. A little exaggeration. It's so good. only thing I've had before
Watch your
is green
flanks.
bean
They
casserole,
might try
and it
something.
was from a black woman, my father's girlfriend, and that was September 2011.
3, 2,
And you already know
attack commencing.
the black folks does it best.
Objective A.
Bro, you know what? The way you remember dates. I don't know if anybody's. I think it has been mentioned before, but the way you remember dates. Now, granted, to be fair, you could be saying any date. We're not going to know the difference anyway. I'm just going to assume those dates are correct, or at least near enough to being correct. But, bro, the way you remember dates. Like, if I was saying, like, oh, yeah, I had, I don't know, a sweet potato pie, I don't remember the date that I had it. You know what I mean? I don't even remember, like, the year that I had it. Like, it would have been a while ago, I suppose. I don't think I've had it for a while. So maybe more than a few years ago, I think. That's about as close as I can get. But the way you would be like, yeah, I had, what is it? Green bean casserole, September 2011. I was like, okay, raw. I'm assuming that's correct. Of course, I'm not gonna know. But I'm assuming that date is if it's either correct or close enough to being correct. Okay, yeah, we like what we like.
Time to try again.
I can't get away with this. Sharp this time.
Yeah, I mean, there's a thing though. It's like, I mean, I don't know if it's a black thing or a white thing or that, but there is definitely a difference in how food is cooked or prepared depending on where you go. You know what I mean? Okay, I was really curious about the cookout, but who isn't?
My wounds. Let's go.
Everybody wants to get invited to the cookout. Everybody wants to go to the cookout.
Tactical visor activated.
I would say this, like, sometimes when I'm watching, like, you know, TikTok or Instagram or whatever, and, you know, people post those videos of, like, how they prepare food. And the way some people just be, like, posting these videos like it's normal. And they be doing things like washing their chicken in the sink. I mean, like, actually in the sink. Like, the chicken is touching the sink. Like, the metal of the sink. They just throw the chicken in the sink to wash it. Like, you don't use a bowl. Like, what you don't. And they're just doing this like, oh yeah, so I'm gonna wash the chicken and just throw it in the sink. Like, yo, you're not gonna use like a bowl or a pot or something. You know, you're actually gonna put raw chicken in the sink. I'm like, surely that's not normal. Surely that is not the normal thing to do. Like, nah, that is not the. I refuse to believe that's the normal thing to do, because that is rank. You should not be putting any kind of raw meat, raw fish in the sink to wash like that. Like, bare, you know what I mean, flesh, raw flesh on the metal of the sink. No. Then I see some people talking about they don't even wash their chicken. They're like, oh yeah, you don't need to wash your chicken because it's already washed when you buy it. It's like, wash your damn chicken. I don't care if it's already washed when you buy it. Wash your damn chicken. You know what I mean? You don't need to wash the chicken. It's already washed when you buy it. They already clean it when you buy it. It's like, listen, man, don't care. You always wash the chicken, regardless. Yeah, interesting how I can do that. Memory thing, man. From a Jamaican background, so my favorite cuisine is food from my background. Yeah, I was at ackee and saltfish. What do I know about Jamaican food? Let's see, ackee and saltfish. Rice and peas. What else? What else? Wait. Hold a second. Jacob, let me ask you something real quick. Do you say plantain or plantain? I mean, you said you're from a Jamaican background, so I think I already know the answer. But let me just ask that anyway. Plantain or plantain? Yeah, that's how you do it. Using a sink or using a bowl. I use a clean bowl to wash my chicken. Use a use a bowl, man. I'm gonna be putting because if you put it in the sink, I mean that's like where you wash your dishes. That's like all kinds of whatever going on there. Like nah. Oh wait, you say plantain? Okay. All right, respect. Respect people. Do it, especially and not washing the chicken. That's live videos of what I'm mostly doing. Yeah, not washing the chicken though. It's like, come on, you gotta wash your food. I don't care if it's already washed when you. It's like when you. Actually, to be fair, certain things you could probably allow the washing. I mean, certain things, but not meat. Not meat. Any kind of meat, especially raw meat. Like, nah. You buy raw meat from a shop, you wash it. Always. Always. Jamaican, from your pick, you know, mix. Doesn't mean a pick, completely different. Yeah, that's a pick of a character from GTA 4. Alright, let's see what else we can do while we're here. Well, saying to win a game, ugh. Deal out 5,000 damage with abilities. And a triple. Kill, assist, or higher. You know what? I need to go to the damage, methinks. Might have to wait a little bit longer, but yeah, mostly better looking, of course. Let's go. Yeah, I think I'm better looking in real life too. Oh, mate. He's a bad man. GTA 4, so I thought I had to use his name as my profile. My favorite GTA game is 5. The cat was Trevor. I think he has the best dialogue in the game. Trevor was the crazy one, wasn't it? As far as your looks go, I have to take your word for it. Well, I actually use an avatar when I do these videos, so this is not me at all. I use one of those VTuber thingies. It's like a really good VTuber, so it looks like graphics or whatever, like real life graphics or whatever. But nah, I don't look nothing like this. In real life, actually, I look more like Dwayne Johnson. You know. Yeah, I know some of those videos of white folks not rinsing off me. It's just a joke, but others are for real. But that is nasty. Like, I mean, if it's a joke, all right, jokes. it's a joke. Okay, haha. But if people are doing that for real, then I hear this song going around where people be like, "You can eat at everybody's house," but that is so true. You can eat at everybody's house. And here's something I've seen. Like, I've legit seen this with my own eyes. So, you know, we go to like a supermarket, right? Like, you know, your Tesco's or whatever, like Sainsbury's, Tesco's. You know, some of them, like some of the big ones, have toilets. You know, here's what I've seen. I've seen people take their food shopping into the toilet. Like, you know how unsavory that is? Like, legit, like they'll do their food shopping, they'll pay for it, and they'll be like, oh, let me go use the toilet, and they'll take their food shopping, like whole bags, trolleys, baskets, and everything, into the toilet with them. Nah. Listen. There is no good reason to do that. None at all. But yeah, you can't eat at everybody's house, man, because you just don't know what they're trying to serve you. You don't know what them man trying to serve you. Like, how you gonna bring your whole food, your vegetables, your meats into a toilet, and people just be pissing and shitting or whatever, and you just gotta bring your food in there? You know what I mean? In a whole baskets and trolleys and stuff, and it's just like, bro, you don't think this is not a bad? That is. Nah, nobody's trying to steal your food, man. Trust me, you can leave it outside. It's not a problem. Nobody's trying to steal your shopping. You don't even have to worry about that. Trevor is a cool cat. And then you can pull a chick hella quick. You're right. I don't play with chicks. Be right back. So it takes a video about taking a trip. Yeah, for real. Like, there's no good reason for that. Like, you can leave your shopping outside. It's not a problem. Nobody's trying to steal your food. If you're worried, they have security guards where you could be like, hey, can I leave this here for a minute? There's no good reason to take your food into the toilet. That's slang for you can easily get with a chick. Yeah, not the cleaning it and no seasoning it. I mean, seasoning is here's the thing about seasoning though. What I would say, like, I don't necessarily depending on the specific reasons of your cooking, seasoning may not be a good idea. And let me tell you why. If you're cooking for, like, you know, let's say Thanksgiving or something like that, or an event where you're going to serve people, then yeah, season your food for sure, like, no doubt. Like, if you're cooking for some kind of event, or if you're cooking for flavor, to enjoy the food, season it. Of course, you got to season it. But if you're cooking as, say, something to eat on the daily, you know, like, for example, chicken, like chicken breast to eat as a daily meal, I would say seasoning may not be a good idea because it adds a lot of salt to your diet. And too much salt in the diet can cause things like high blood pressure, cholesterol, and various forms of heart diseases. So you definitely want to limit the amount of salt you have, and seasoning would add a lot of salt. So if you're cooking for like an event, then cool, season, because it's once in a while. You're not going to do that every day, right? And you want to enjoy the food. But if you're cooking as a daily thing, yeah, I'd say avoid seasoning, just because, at least avoid seasoning all the time, just because it adds a lot of salt to your diet, and then it increases your salt intake. Here we go, finally. And in the South, it's all about seasoning down here, especially here in Louisiana. Alright. Let me get Farah. Yeah, but it's also not just the seasoning though. Like, I think some people believe that all it is just adding the right seasonings, adding the right sauces.
Strike from above.
It's also about how you prepare your food, how you cook your food. You're not just adding a couple of dashes
Stay close to me
of seasoning to your food and think everything's gonna be fine. Nah, it's how it's cooked, how it's a lot to. There's a lot in there. There's a lot in there.
Overboard on the weights
See
yesterday.
the other day a person walking down the street wearing a pair of sunglasses at nighttime.
Not that
I was like, what the hell are you doing, man? It's nighttime. I mean, he could have been blind, so. I'm just saying, dude could have been blind.
I'm on my way. I'm with you.
Or maybe have an eye infection of some kind. Or if he's like in a circle, I wear my sunglasses at night so no one can see in my eye. I wear my sunglasses at night. I wear my sunglasses at night to block out the hypocrites and parasites. I wear my sunglasses at night. Listen, if you know about Inner Circle, yeah, raise your hand. If you know about Inner Circle, raise your hand. Old school band, man, raw. They had some big hits back in the day. I don't think that was one of their big hits, but it's one of my favorite songs. Gosh, that was wasted. Oish. Speaking of night, gonna wash. Oh wait, I missed something. Yeah, this state is season spice capsule. Oh yeah, gotta be careful with that then. Speaking of night, gonna wash this hair and shave a little tonight. Yeah, get yourself fresh and clean. He wasn't blind, he was some young chap trying to be cool. I mean, could have been a young blind chap, just saying. I mean, did you talk to him? Did you say, hey man, I was wondering why you're wearing those sunglasses at night? Just saying, man. If you talked to him and he said that, alright, cool. Hey! Raise your hand if you know. I'm blue, da ba dee da be da da ba dee da. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. I'm blue, da ba dee da be da da ba dee. Come on, man. Everyone knows that one, surely. Surely. Well, I don't know about everyone, but. She loved that when I was 7. That song's old school. I guess it's pretty, well, I guess it's pretty old school now. Don't know when it came out, but it must be pretty old school by now.
I count on you.
By the way, Inner Circle, Braxton, you might know this. But Inner Circle did the theme tune for Bad Boys. So, or Cops rather. You know the Cops had their song called Bad Boys, Bad Boys. In fact, you know the same song they used in the movie Bad Boys as well. That was Inner Circle. So they're the guys that did that song. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? That was Inner Circle. But yeah, they had a few big hits back in the day. Oh mate, that was nasty. He stopped me and asked me if I had a spare cigarette. I said nah, I got just the right amount. Nah, thanks. And
Get yourself together.
carried on walking. Matt asked you for a spare cigarette. You went, oh, have you got a spare cigarette? No, I just got this right amount. Raw. Raw. I know Alan could be petty like that though. Nah, I got just the right amount. Ish. But Marley did Bad Boys song as well. Yes, that's right, yes. That was new information for me a while ago, but I remember now, yes. I can be petty when I was You know what, can't lie, man. Sometimes you gotta be petty. I mean, I'm not gonna say you should be petty because you shouldn't, right? It's not good, blah, 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 blah. But sometimes you just gotta be petty. Sometimes you just gotta take that small victory. Of it means nothing in the bigger field, I know. But hey, sometimes you just gotta be that little bit petty.
Returning to battle.
Oh, I did not want to do that. Shoot. Yeah, I know I'm in a circle. I like their music too, and think I might have. Like they did the iconic theme for Cops and the Bad Boys film. Yeah. Bad Boys, Bad Boys. Yeah, Inner Circle though, they had a song out called Sweat. This would have been like 90 something. Shoot, man. This would have been like 90 something, like maybe 93 or around about then, 93, 94. But that tune was big. At least over here it was anyway.
Let's show him some air power.
Oh, flipping hell, man. Bro, we're getting taken apart though.
Ooh, I'm gonna shove them in a locker.
How have they cornered us in our own safe house though? This should not be happening. This should not be happening. can't. How though? They literally cornered us on our. This should not be happening.
All systems
Oh, definitely, man. Definitely. Yeah, man. I bought that album. It's called Bad to the Bone.
Be advised. Shut.
Bad to the bone. Born in a world with a microphone. Man, I need to listen to the album again, though. Man, I need to listen to the album at a time. Listen to that again. Yeah, back in the day, it was like Inner Circle were pretty big. Aswad were pretty big as well. There was another reggae band. I think Aswad were more UK based. I think. But yeah, man. I'll say like 80s, 90s, like 80s up until about mid 90s, for me anyway, was a lot of reggae / ragga. Probably more ragga, I'd say. Because where I grew up, there was a lot of Jamaican immigrants. So it was almost all you heard. And when you go to school, like a lot of the other kids there were like, you know, second, third generation, you know, Jamaican immigrants or Caribbean immigrants. So yeah, ragga, it came up a lot, and you'd walk down the street and there'd be somebody blasting it out. The music shops back then were just like blasting music real loud on the street, so it'd be all you hear. So I pretty much grew up around like reggae, that whole thing. And of course, jungle kind of came out of that as well. And that was big back in like early to mid 90s. Well, still pretty big now, I think, but massive back then. But yeah, man, it was like Aswad, Inner Circle. There was, you know, Beanie Man. Was Beanie Man back then, actually? Oh, I think it was Buju Banton, rather. Beanie Man might have been a bit later, actually. But yeah, Buju Banton, Shabba Ranks. But I've forgotten so many of them now. But yeah, Shabba Ranks got himself into some trouble. Well, Shabba Ranks and Buju Banton back in the day, they got themselves into some trouble. But Shabba Ranks especially, Shabba Ranks actually got into more trouble than Buju Banton did. And Buju Banton is the one that said what the whole thing. Buju Banton actually started it, and I don't even know if I should say it, but if you ever look up like Buju Banton controversial lyrics or something like that, you probably find what I'm talking about. Or Shabba Ranks when he was on The Word. Do you remember The Word back in the day? That show, Shabba Ranks was on The Word, and they were asking him about what he thought of what Buju Banton said, and you know, that whole thing. And that's what got Shabba Ranks in trouble when he responded. Ain't heard him for years. He's still doing his thing though. He's still doing his thing. But yeah, I think he's still putting out music, but it's mostly just in Jamaica now. I think. Like I don't. At least I think it's. As far as I know, anyway. I think the last time I checked, it was like he's just putting stuff out, but it's mostly in Jamaica. Let me just double check that real quick and make sure I'm not making it up. Yeah, he still put it. Well, hasn't put us, at least not for a little while, but yeah. Still some stuff every now and then. But I feel like Shabba Ranks, he probably got to a point where, true, so he doesn't need to keep putting out music, and he probably just puts it out whenever he feels like it, really. If he ever does. But Shabba Ranks was, I mean, the height of his fame would have been like early 90s, I think, when it had like Mr. Loverman coming out, Ting-a-Ling coming out. That era of Shabba Ranks, that's probably I'll say that's probably the height of his fame, because he was just everywhere at that point. He was everywhere. But yeah, man, that that word, that appearance didn't help his career too much in the end. But well, oh, this thing takes so long, man. Ting-a-ling-a-ling, school bell ring. My fan fought to fight the dumpling. Booyaka booyaka for Shabba Rankin, Shabba Ranks. Ooh, what am I doing? I feel like artists shouldn't just put music because they have to, but because they enjoy making music. Yeah, indeed. I mean, every situation is going to be different, right? You know, and depending on like their contracts and this, that, and the other. You know, depending on like their contracts, depending on all kinds of things. But I think most artists who have ever been signed at one point would have had to put out music that they might not have wanted to, or at least not fully wanted to, or maybe in a way that they didn't quite want to because contractual obligations and things like that. They might have had to work with another artist that they might not have wanted to because of contractual obligation. You know, so yeah, you shouldn't have to, but it's the unfortunate way music can go sometimes. Still in here, appreciate you, man. And depending on why you're doing it and what you're trying to get out of it will determine whether, you know, you still go ahead and do those things that you don't necessarily want to do, because it means you can get the thing that you really want to get. You know, and how important is that? I mean, it's difficult as an artist of any kind. Any path you choose is never going to be easy, and there's never going to be one path that's, say, better than the other. It's just down to what are you specifically trying to do, and how are the decisions you're making going to get you there. I think it becomes a problem when you're trying to do one thing but making decisions that take you into another place. Then it becomes a problem, you know. But yeah, I mean, it's a tough thing to be an artist of any kind, especially I think with music artists, because like there's so much pressure to, you know, be signed, or to, if you're not signed, to, you know, have X amount of followers, you know, and all that sort of stuff. And I mean, if you literally just put out music like completely when you wanted to, most likely you wouldn't put out very many songs. Certainly not after a couple of years. Like maybe in the first few years you might pull out loads because it's all fresh and new, right? But after a few years, most likely you wouldn't put out very many songs, because you don't always want to put out music. You know, you don't always want to go to the recording studio. You don't always want to even write a song. And even when you do write them, you don't always want to get it done and put it out. You don't always want to do that, you know? So I feel like most artists wouldn't put out very much music if they only put out music when they wanted to. So there's another balance to be drawn as well. Like, if I put out a song and a song does really well and people like it, right? And then I don't put out another song for 20 years because I just didn't feel like it. You know what I mean? It's like, by the time that song comes out, who cares anymore? Right? And certainly if you're trying to make some kind of a living out of your arts, which most artists generally are trying to do to some degree, maybe not necessarily become big millionaires, whatever, but you try and make some kind of reasonable income from your art. No matter, unless that one song is, I don't know, All Night Long by Lionel Richie, then it's probably not going to sustain you for the rest of your life, you know? Like, most songs generally don't on their own. Like, every now and then you get one song that gets so popular that for years and years to come is constantly getting radio play, and you can just live off the royalties of that one song. Sure, that does happen, but most of the time it doesn't. You know, most artists, it doesn't go that way. So you can't just put out one song and think everything's going to be fine for the next 20 years or until whenever you feel like putting out another one. You kind of have to play the game at least a little bit, you know, just for the sake of having your name out there and people remembering to check you out, and that you're still putting out music and not just kind of forgotten. So, like, yeah, I mean, I don't think you're not wrong what you said about they should only put out music when they want to, but I think the reality is that it's not necessarily feasible to just do that, because when you want to, most likely won't align with when you need to, you know? At least being an independent artist, there's no contracts and terms and conditions to abide by. True, and it gives you a lot more freedom over what you do and how you do it, but it doesn't necessarily make it a better choice, you know? Because if you're doing everything by yourself, then that includes your promotion, that includes arranging gigs, that includes merchandise sales, that includes running your website, it includes finding a producer, or a DJ or whatever, that includes, you know, working, you know, find out who to collaborate with if you're going to do that, finding sourcing out session musicians if you need to do that. You literally do everything yourself, you know. You literally do everything yourself as an independent artist, and the more you have to do yourself, the more it takes away from what you actually want to do, which is the art. You know, if you have to arrange an editor, arrange a producer, arrange for a someone to negotiate, to look over a contract, you have to arrange for you know, event organizers to book you, you have to arrange for a demo to record, you have to arrange for, you know, you have to arrange for promotion, you have to arrange for all these things, merchandise. If you have to arrange for all this admin outside of doing art, right, that means you spend a significant amount of your time doing all the admin stuff, which means you're not doing the art, which is what you want to do. That's why you get into this, right, to be an artist. But because you're independent, you have to do everything else around it. Now, of course, you could just focus on art and forget everything else and put that out there, but the chances are hardly anybody, if anybody, would ever see it, right? And then you have to, because you're not making any money from it, or not much money from it, you now have to get a regular job. And again, it's back to the same thing. You're spending time on this job, you're not doing the art. So there's always going to be balances and things you got to figure out as to which path is best for you.
Prepare your defenses. Select your hero.
But yeah, it's never going to be an easy choice. There's never going to be an easy choice, and there are no guarantees. I think these days, though, it's definitely easier for independent artists because there are more avenues to putting your art out there without incurring a lot of costs. Like, you could put your stuff out on YouTube or you know, SoundCloud, Mixcloud. You could get your stuff on Spotify, Apple Music, and all those platforms, and a lot of that you don't have to pay for, or if you do pay, you don't have to pay a lot. You know, so there's definitely more avenues now to make money without incurring a massive bill. But with more opportunity means that more people do it, and when more people do it means there's more saturation of the market, which means your stuff is a lot harder to find. Which means if you want to get your name out there, you either have to find a collaboration with a big artist, try and get a collaboration with a big artist, or some kind of shout out, or promote your music in somewhere. And that's never gonna be cheap. Certainly if you're trying to promote it to a level of getting recognized. You know, you can't just put £10 on the Google AdSense or whatever, or AdWords or whatever it's called, and think that's gonna, independence is not an easy route. In fact, it's probably harder to go independent than it is to go. Actually, no, I don't know if it's harder. That's not. Actually, let me not say that. Let me not say that, because that might not be true. But it's definitely not an easy route. But yeah, going the mainstream signed route is not easy either, because you're under so much pressure from so many different places, and not just about your music, about how you look, who you talk to, what you say, what people think of you, whether people are tweeting about you, all of that. The National Black Rodeo is coming up. I haven't been to a rodeo since I was 11. Ooh. What's the rodeo? Is that like cowboys and stuff? I don't know if you saw that, but made man run off the edge, you know. Man tried to charge me, and he just went, not today. Oosh, got me. I agree, it is hard work. At least you ain't got to deal with the BS that comes with fame. I do respect the independent artists that are willing to take on the hard challenges of doing themselves. Yeah, they might have to deal with that BS, but they best believe they got to deal with other BS. You don't escape it, man. I swear, you do not escape that. No matter which route you take, I promise you, you will not escape having to deal with bullshit. It just doesn't happen. It does not happen. There is no avoid the bullshit route. It just doesn't exist. One way or another, you're gonna have to deal with some kind of BS. You might not have to deal with the same BS, but you gotta deal with some BS. It's just how it is, man. It's just how it is. And that's at all levels, whether you're famous, you're not famous, you know, whether people like you or not, it don't matter. Everybody has to deal with some kind of That's just life. That's just life, man. It sucks. Yo, what up, Ben? We're just talking about independent artists and signed artists. Just saying that either way you go, it's a tough route. And either way you go, you got to deal with some kind of BS. But how you doing, man? How's your day going? How's your day been? Appreciate you joining this live stream. Once again. Yeah, horses, bull riding, bull wrestling. Ooh, nice. Oh, we've got to stop the payload. That's what we've got to do. Oof. Eesh. No, I've got taken up by another Fari, you know. The rascal.
All systems nominal.
Where are we going? Oof. Damn it, man.
I don't want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it. Really? Really, Farah?
Big stanger lad.
动作不洗澡。
Yeesh. Oh, mate.
Justice reigns from above. Always more to learn.
Oh, excuse me.
Stay put.
Oh. Oh, what? Got nobody, you know. Oof. Oh, mate. Round one. I'd imagine going independent, you possibly have a more creative license, but being signed, may provide you with a bit more security, but I'm sure both routes you'd have to deal with a lot of BS indeed. No, I mean that's pretty much what how I see it. You have a lot more creative freedom, creative choice if you go the independent route. Being signed means you have maybe access to better promotional tools and things like that, so you're likely to be known a bit more, which could provide more stability, more financial, certainly more financial stability. But yeah, no matter what you do, there are no easy choices. There are no easy choices.
Strike from above.
I'll see this matter resolved.
How can you experiment on those cute little rabbits?
Easily.
But yeah, I had a little, well, not so much with music, but with poetry.
5, 4, 3,
I was independent poetry artist. I guess technically I still am, but not in a sense of like I'm not actively pursuing it like I used to. But yeah, I had a little experience where there was a period of time where, oh, they put it in a nice spot, didn't they? There was a period of time where I was actively like pursuing poetry as a potential career, and yeah, a lot of it was that sort of thing, you know, trying to arrange the gigs, your bookings, you know, trying to arrange like your recordings, and yeah, you literally do everything yourself. You pay for everything yourself, you organize everything yourself, you manage everything yourself, and it's a lot. And even though I'd never did it on any kind of big scale, it was still a lot. It was a lot. And it definitely takes you away from your writing and practicing your craft, because you've got to deal with all the admin side of things. And yeah, it's a lot, man.
Shake it off.
going somewhere.
Was it worthwhile in your opinion? I enjoy creative writing. Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. It's definitely worthwhile. Not so, well, I think it was worthwhile because of what I learned from it. I didn't make a lot of money from poetry. I was fortunate enough to make some, right? But I certainly didn't like get to like the upper echelons of performing artists and, you know, regularly getting booked and that whole thing. So financially speaking, yeah, I definitely lost some money on that. But I do still think it was worthwhile for this experience of doing it. You know, I still like being creative. I think what I learned about myself for that whole experience was definitely worthwhile. And fundamentally, it's what's led me to, you know, where I am now, and why certain things I know I won't do and certain things I know that I would do. And when it comes to, like, say, YouTube and things that I do here, you know, I feel like I already have a clearer mind of the types of content I'm willing to do, the types of the way I'm willing to do that content. And a lot of that is from being around on the poetry circuit and having that experience. You know? So yeah, it was definitely worth it. I think anytime you do something in a creative space, whether it's successful or not, it's always going to be worth it. And I use the term successful in those quotation marks because I think ultimate success is something you define on the individual level and not something somebody else tells you that you have. You know, whether you make money is irrelevant, whether you get famous is irrelevant. Well, let me not say irrelevant. Of course, those things do matter. But for me, I think just the act of being creative and expressing yourself in a way that puts a part of you out into the world, it's always going to be worth it. That's how I feel. Other people might say different. Other people might tell you different, but I think it's always going to be worth it. I completely agree with you and your opinions about what's successful. Yeah, indeed. And that's a lesson I had to learn. Because I think we all kind of go through that kind of period, only a period for some, but that kind of a thing where we get told success is having lots of money, success is being favored, success is having power, success is having status, and all these things. That's great if you can get it, but the truth is not everybody is trying for that. And when we chase after things that we don't really want, you know, we're wasting our time in such a massive way that we don't necessarily realize. Like, I'm sure like lots of us, if maybe even all of us, have had jobs where, you know, you tried to get promoted, you tried to do all these things and whatever, and by the end of the day you just kind of like, I don't actually want to be here, you know, I don't actually want to be here. But yet you're chasing after these promotions and these different positions and this, that, the other. Because part of you is like, oh, if I get this, then it'd be better. If I make this amount of money, then it'd be better. If I get this job, then it'd be, you know. And the truth is, you just need to find what it is you really want out of life. And I think, personally, I believe the best way to do that is to explore yourself creatively. Allow yourself to do things and not worry about whether it makes money or not. You know, make time for whether it's writing a poem or writing a song, or it doesn't even have to be that, of course, but anything that's been on your mind that you think you might enjoy. Make time for, you know, a pottery class or something, you know what I mean? Just make time for that side of things that aren't about whether it gets anywhere or not, and just figure it out from there. Because I think once you make that start, you know, you could then take the next step and the next step and the next step, and eventually you figure out what is it you want in this world. You figure out what is it you're really trying to do. And once you figure that out, it's like, yeah, man, go from there. Let me go with 10 catch. I don't want to know 20 minutes. %, yeah. So what kind of creative writing have you done, Ben? Or do you do, I should say? You say you enjoy creative writing, so that's present tense. So what kind of creative writing do you do mostly? Matter of fact, anybody else in the chat, what kind of creativity do you guys do from time to time, whether that's writing or anything else? I know Alan does reaction videos on YouTube. I think that is the thing. People often chase what they think they should be after, not what they truly want. Indeed. And I know I've done that. I know I've done that. I spent many years doing that. And I get it, you know, end of the day, we all need money to pay bills and eat and, you know, stuff like that, right? I get it. So I'm not even saying that you shouldn't have a job or that sort of thing. But one of the beliefs I've had for a while now is that once you figured out what you really want in this world, then the next step is figuring out how you keep doing that in a way that's sustainable. So yeah, you might have to get a job, but it's best to get a job that allows you the time and the energy to do the things that you really want to do. So I know a lot of times when we apply for jobs, it's like, oh, this job pays 20,000, this job pays 25,000. Oh, this job pays 40,000. Let me apply for that one. But the truth is, the more a job would pay you, the more that is expected of you. So that 9 to 5 could easily go from 9 to 5 to, you know, 7 a.m. till 10 p.m. in the evening. You know what I mean? Because jobs that pay more demand more. So my thing is, like, find a job that pays you a decent wage where, you know, you can do what you need to pay your bills and do what you need to do with and eat, and of course have a little fun as well. But more importantly, when you finish work, you've got the time and the energy to do the things you want to do. You know, that to me is more far more important than getting a job that might pay a whole lot of money, but it demands so much of your time, and then you never really have the time or the energy to do the things you actually want to do, and you have all this money and you're still miserable. You know, I've been there, man. Been there. That is definitely talking from experience. Enjoy script writing. Oh, awesome. Though I never have faith in my abilities to put it out into the world, but I find it brings me happiness, and it can be very therapeutic, the writing process. Also enjoy journaling and keep a diary. Okay, well, that's really cool. Back in again, had to take out some trash. I appreciate your Brex. Big up for coming back. We're just talking about creativity, and Ben was saying that he does creative writing, script writing, and journaling, keeping a diary. I tried keeping a diary once. I never kept up with it in the end. But yeah, no, it's a good idea to keep a journal and a diary. Actually, it really is, because I feel like those sorts of things kind of keep your brain active and helps with the practice of writing. And as much as I'm saying I know it's a good idea, I was like, yeah, I should probably be doing it as well. I know I know. You see the news that broke on Thursday? Neighbors is returning in 2023. For real? No. Serious? So they went through that ending for nothing? Nah. Bro, they went through that sad ass ending just to bring it back a year later. Yeah, 4 months and then you're right. Oh my days. Bring back Kylie Minogue, bring back Guy Pearce. Brought back bare people from the old school, and it's going, oh yeah, we're going to come back now. Yeah, I'm just seeing it now. Neighbors is coming back to TV. Neighbors is back. Amazon resurrects hit soap. Amazon, bruh. Listen, if Amazon was going to save this show, then they should have stepped in before they ended it. Oh, mate. I don't know if bringing it back is a good idea. Now, once you've actually ended it, I don't know, man. I don't know. Is bringing it back really going to be a good idea? Apparently, though, I just seen here as well. It says Neighbor star Takaya Honda says cast didn't know the soap had been revived. So apparently the Neighbor stars didn't know. Neighbors is coming back to screens just months after being cancelled. Neighbors is coming back. Amazon Freevee swoops for new season. So it's going to be on the Freevee service, so it means anybody can watch it. That's pretty cool. At least you don't have to like join up to the Amazon Prime service. You can just watch it even without the Prime account. So that's pretty cool. At least. That's the thing. I'm pleased to return him, but yeah, I had a perfect right, you know, because I hadn't watched it for years, and when I heard that it was ending, I was kind of like, you know what? Let me tune back in, because that's been such a important show in my life. You know, like I don't think actually maybe important is not the right word to use, but certainly a notable show in my life. Like it's just something that's always been there for a long time, since like '85, I think. And I have so many memories with that show that I felt like, you know, I gotta see the last few episodes. And then when they hit that last episode, when that came on, and I was watching it, and I was like, yo, can't lie, man. It was emotional. It was emotional. So it's like, I mean, if they bring it back, I don't know if I would watch it. I mean, I might watch it a little bit, I suppose, because why not? But I don't know if I'd get back into watching it on a regular basis. I feel like those days, I mean, for one thing, I don't really watch very many shows like that anyway, you know, because Neighbours is a show that doesn't take breaks, you know what I mean? It just runs, whereas other shows would have like, 10 episodes and take a break. Neighbours just kind of runs and just keeps going. I don't know if I could get back into watching a show like that, but I don't know, man. It feels like they should just let it go. Once you ended it, just let it go. Let the actors move on. Apparently only 4 All-Stars were contacted and agreed to return. Carl, Susan, Tony, and Paul. Paul Robinson, okay. The rest found out when the fans did. Oh, so that's just, there was a Takai, was it, what's her name? Takai Honda. What was her name again? Takaya Honda. So I guess him and a lot of the cast didn't know, but maybe some of the big stars. I guess to be fair, I mean, Carl, Susan, they've been there a lot, and Tony, well, and Paul, really. They've all been there for a long time. Paul, I think, has been there from the beginning. I think Paul has been there pretty much from the first episode. Like, I know there was a period of time where he wasn't on the soap for maybe a year or two. But aside from that, he's pretty much been there right from the beginning. And Carl and Susan, they would have been, I feel like 90-something. So they've been there a long time. And Toadie as well. They've been on that show for years. So they're the old school guys. You know, they really are the old school guys. So it makes sense they would be contacted and asked to come back. And they've been doing it for so long. Of course they're going to say yes. Like, why not, right? Just keep going. But, shame they didn't do the talk on to the rest of the cast, though. Amazon reboots Australian soap. Oh, mate. Is this a good idea bringing it back, though? I don't know. Maybe. I just feel like they should have done this before they ended it. If they were going to take it, they should have done it before they ended it. But bringing back a show that's been cancelled, especially a show like Neighbours, I don't think that's ever been done before. I mean, shows have been brought back or they've been cancelled, but a show like Neighbours that ran for nearly 40 years gets cancelled, is off the air for a while, and then gets brought back. I don't think that's been done before. But it's taking ages to find a game, man. Well, you know, I guess it's a cool thing. We'll see how it goes, and hopefully it does well and people enjoy it. I don't know if I might try and watch a couple of episodes, but I don't know if I'd watch it all the time. I feel like those days are gone for me, but I might try and catch a few episodes and see what they do with it. maybe try and catch the first episode and see how they actually bring it back. That might be a cool thing to see. Team Strange didn't save here at the time, but I guess it shows the fan power. Final episode had over 4 million views in the UK, 1.5 in Oz. Yeah, I could have. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's probably not a good metric to go by, though. I mean, what I mean is that, like, yeah, the final episode had that many viewers, but a lot of them, I assume anyway, were people like myself who hadn't watched it for a long time and tuned in because they knew it was a final episode and felt like you kind of had to be there. It's like the end of an era. You know, I don't think that's an indication of how many people are going to watch every episode going forward. You know, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it is. Maybe it is, but I doubt it. Oh, here we go. Finally. You know, I doubt it, but hey, we'll see. We'll see.
Traveling to Nepal. Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
I suppose one good thing is it will now reach new audiences such as America. Oh, that's a good point, actually. That's a good point.
My throne is where I say.
Because I don't think it was shown in too many places outside of UK and Australia. I don't, at least as far as I'm aware, it wasn't.
The foxes fight back.
So yeah, it could reach more countries. So
let's give it to them.
actually, if once you could get it in more countries, yeah, that 4 million views per episode could be quite reachable, actually. Because it's not just 4 million people in the UK. That's just 4 million people around the world, potentially.
Everybody holds. Nobody runs.
I need you, Gracie.
Yo. Oh, I need to come up and away.
Come take the coins with me.
Oh. Have you been following the drama regarding Twitter? Little bit. I mean, I haven't really been following it, but it's kind of everywhere you go. So, you know what I mean? It's kind of hard not to follow. But yeah, Twitter's a mess right now. Or at least, not. Put it this way. I mean, I do use Twitter fairly regular. I follow, I think, like 300 accounts or something like that. And so my Twitter feed is pretty much how it's always been. You know, there's no I've not noticed any massive change in my feed outside of course, you know, people talking about the Twitter drama and that sort of thing.
I need you, Gracie.
But all the stuff about people saying mad stuff, I haven't seen any of that. I'm not saying it ain't happening. I'm just saying I don't follow that many accounts to notice that kind of change. But yeah, from what I'm hearing, what I'm seeing and reading, Twitter's a massive mess, and a lot of that is to do with Elon Musk just running this business into the ground. Like, I don't know what this guy's doing. He fired like half the staff, which, I mean, I don't know. To be honest, I don't know why Twitter needs 5,000 people. Like, pretty sure they don't need that many staff, but apparently they do. Apparently they do, because like that company's crumbling. Apparently a bunch of people just left as well. Oh. Bad boy. Quadruple kill. I don't know if you saw that, but man just murked them all. Yo, man just murks them all. Bruh.
You and me, yeah.
That man gone, you know. Man just took them all out. Oh, snap. I was going to say I haven't noticed anything different either, to be honest, but I only really... Ooh. But I only really use it to follow real-time news and to interact. Yeah, I mean, I kind of I'll get on Twitter, check a few posts, maybe like a few posts, and then pretty much get off Twitter. That's kind of how I use it. I mean, I do post on it as well, but I'll say my average use, my typical use is get on it, check a few posts, you know, see what people are saying. Like a few posts, maybe reply to one or two, and then I get off. You know, I generally don't delve that much into the back end of Twitter and what people are saying, and this person said that. And I mean, every now and then, I can't lie, I do drink the tea. Every now and then I sip the tea, I can't lie, I'm not going to pretend that I don't. But for the most part, I yeah, get on, check a few things, get off. So yeah, outside of people talking about Elon Musk and stuff like that, it's pretty much the same sort of things I'd normally see on Twitter. And when it comes to Elon Musk, I think it's the same accounts that seem to be talking about it. At least as far as I can tell, it's the same, like, 3 or 4 accounts that would mention it. Most other accounts I follow don't seem to bring it up, or if they have, I haven't seen it. Yeesh. I guess the only social media I really do use often is YouTube, if you consider YouTube social media. Yeah, I mean, some people do. I'm not sure it counts. I mean, I guess, yeah, technically it's a social platform and there's media on it. But yeah, only really technically, you know what I mean? It's not like, I don't know. I mean, I generally wouldn't refer to YouTube as social media, but yeah, some people do, and I guess it's not exactly inaccurate. It's just not, at least in my view, accurate, you know? But hey, whatever. I guess it doesn't really matter in the end. It's, I spend quite a bit of time on YouTube, but you might have noticed. I do like YouTube. But yeah, YouTube definitely has its issues as well, no doubt. YouTube ain't exactly a perfect platform.
Misery made manifest.
Oof. So it's that Junkrat that gets me. Oh, we failed though. Oh well. We tried, man. We tried. Are we gonna have a tiebreaker? I guess so. We got a tiebreaker, boys and girls.
Scanning. Yes, this is a place. Over here.
All right, ladies. Let's teach these boys a lesson. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 3. Capture the objective.
Dynamite out. I am empowering you.
Yes! Raise upon us.
Yo, Jacob is back. And the way these people put these like tiny little things where it's like, yo, man.
Dicey, come.
Ush. Jacob's back. Back again. Guess who's back? Tell a friend. Jacob's back. 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 You know what, Jacob? You missed. You missed me pull off a wicked kill streak. Oh, that's the wrong person I should not be shooting at. But I just pulled off a wicked kill streak maybe about 5-10 minutes ago. There was like 5 of them. And I just took them all out. There was like none left when I got done with them. Like 5 in like quick succession. Man was like on it. I just scrolled up and I saw your last question. You asked me about slang for a guy who can easily get chicks. Where I'm from, it's called a chick magnet. Hey, I wish I saw that. Yeah, man. I'm gonna have to see if I can find a video and maybe put it up as a separate thing. Put up as a separate thing, because, mate, I can't lie, man. That was sweet. Ah, we got endorsement level up. Ugh. Haze is betting up this game. You done know. You done know. Listen, yeah, this Junker Queen, I can't lie, man's pretty sick with her still, you know. Man's pretty sick. Nah, I mean, I'll do okay. I'll do okay. Reach Battle Pass Tier 4. Earn 5. Look at this here. Earn 5 eliminations while buffed by. Okay, oh, that's something else. That's not me. Earn a triple kill, assist or higher. So yeah, that's what I got. I got a. It was actually like 5 kills in a row. But yeah, man did that thing. Man did that thing. I need to find that video or find that bit and make a clip of it or something. In your recent live streams in your car, you said you used to like football and even supported a club. Which team did you follow? It was Chelsea. Yeah, I used to follow football back in the day. Probably about 20 years ago or more, I'd say. About 15. Yeah, about 20, no, yeah, about 20 years ago. I would say about 20 years ago, maybe a little bit more than that. But yeah, I used to follow football a lot, and I used to support Chelsea. My dad actually was a Liverpool fan, so I remember supporting Liverpool for a while because my dad supported Liverpool. And then I was following Arsenal for a little while. And then Chelsea was like my main team. But yeah, I used to be real big into football back in the day, man. I used to be, well, maybe not big, but certainly quite into it. But yeah, I don't know what happened. I think I just didn't watch a game one time, and then that one game that I missed turned into like 5 games, turned into 100 games. By now it's about 1 million games. But yeah, I just haven't cared for it. Like, I feel like I've missed it, but I haven't missed it. You know, I mean, every now and then I might check a few things, but I don't follow it these days. It's just hasn't interested me for a long time. Do you support a team? Anybody here support a team? I'm gonna guess, by the way, that if Little Jacob supports a team, I'm gonna guess that team is Arsenal. Oh wait, no, you just Tottenham Hotspurs. Okay, I was way off there. Never mind, never mind. Pretend I said Tottenham Hotspurs. Pretend I said Tottenham Hotspurs. Yeah, it's real Twitter right now, dog. Has this game got a campaign mode? No, this is just it's just online mode only. There's no campaign. There are like lots of other modes, but they're all online. Like I think there are some single player stuff actually. Let's see, or maybe not. No, it's all online. It's all multiplayer. It is all multiplayer. There's a training mode, but no, not quite a campaign. Just how dare you? From what I'm hearing, Arsenal aren't doing too well right now. But yeah, no campaign. It's just there's this training. It's not. I've played a training mode. Well, I played a training mode back when it was called Overwatch. It's not much there, to be honest. It just gets you used to the controls, and that's pretty much it. Which technically is what training mode needs to do, but yeah. To be mad about soccer, but now I'm more of a casual fan. What's my team? Okay, no, I was explaining it to you, dog. I thought you misunderstood my comment, but it's cool though. So I don't know from the rivals, Angel Sources or Force. No, top of the league. Okay, haven't Arsenal been losing a bunch of games though? Okay, that's what I keep hearing about Arsenal losing games. Apparently I'm hearing wrong. Are they not losing a bunch of games, or wasn't they going through some kind of losing streak in the last few months or something? Is that completely off? Spurs are losing a bunch of games. More like, oh damn. Yeah, I'm just looking at the table now. Yeah, Arsenal with 37 points, followed by Man City with 32 points. So Arsenal quite far ahead, actually. They're clear 5 points ahead of the nearest. Where's Chelsea, actually? Let's see. Let's see what my old team is. Chelsea number 8. What does Chelsea do at number 8? Come on, man. You can do better than that. Not even in the top 5, you know. Rah. What happened to Chelsea? Man, even Liverpool is above Chelsea. What is going on? Brighton? Brighton is above Chelsea. Who Brighton even do? Brighton apparently have a team? Which eccentric billionaire bought out Brighton and just flooded it with like the world's best players? Let me. That's what happened, right? That's what happened. Is that what happened? Like some eccentric billionaire bought Brighton Football Club and just flooded it with like the world's top players. or something like that. There's no Brighton are above Chelsea. What is going on? Didn't even know Brighton even had a team. That's how bad it is, man. And now they're above Chelsea. You know what is going on? Fulham and Brentford. Brentford are in the Premier League? Bloody hell, man. I used to work in Brentford. Mate. I'm guessing like some billionaire bought out some of these teams and just flooded them with like a whole bunch of like top players. That must be what happened. Because I know that happened to Chelsea a while ago, and I know what happened to Man City. I'm guessing that also happened to Brighton and Brentford. Bournemouth. Come on. Wolves. Bloody hell, man. Actually, Wolves were at the bottom, so they probably were just top of the Division 1, got promoted, and well, they're just at the bottom of the league now. Well, at least halfway through. Oh wait, my bad. I'm missing a few games. Let me try and catch up real quick. A few games, few messages. Let me try and catch up real quick. I think else I'm still seeing so far. Seeing United winning a few games. I feel like doing Juju Arsenal. My brother's supposed Manchester United. Then they're going to ask you, are you fully Jamaican or Jamaican dog? We are third in the league. Third. Oh, Newcastle. Newcastle, man. Braxton fully Jamaican. Both parents are from there, but I was born in England. I'm surprised for them are in the Prem. I see. Uruguay. True yardy, man. Actually, honest, I haven't been to Jamaica since I was a kid. I'm ashamed to say, so I guess I'm more English. Yeah, and I hear that. I ain't been Nigeria either for a long time, so yeah, I get that. Why I man? Why I man? Biter Grove. Jamaican. I speak with a Cockney accent. So little Jacob ain't Jamaican, he's Jafacan. Yeah. I think, you know, I don't know, is that common with like immigrant kids? Because I know like myself and my brothers, like we were all born, well, most of us were born here. And we've all been to Nigeria, but you know, like, just not for a long time. But then at the same time, I know there's like people who seem to like travel back and forth a lot. But as far as I can tell, the people who do that are mostly people who are born there. So I don't know. It's a thing with like kids of immigrants that we might go, but we don't necessarily go a lot. Whereas people who are born there tend to go back a lot. I don't know. Maybe. When it comes to football, I'm more a fan of the gridiron version. Okay, like American football. Well, what we call American football. I think Braxton just calls it football. Since you was brought up over in the UK, you was just gonna be a product of where you were raised. It's cool. I want to be a Wolves fan. Well, somebody's gonna be supporting them. Somebody's gotta support them. They might end up just going back down otherwise. Well, they're probably not going back down anyway, really. That old pickup line, girl, you must be Jamaican. Because you're Jamaican, me crazy. Oh, that's nice. I might have to use that one, I can't even lie. Going to Jamaica now, I would be clueless like a tourist. Come with that patois. Patois, patio. Oh, patio? Oh, patois, yeah. Jamaican, that's right. Yeah, you very Jamaican. You know, I'm VA bags, particularly, has all types of DNA in them. And that's so good. Fake Jamaican or real Jamaican, all welcome here. All welcome here. But you're gonna do 5,000 damage in a day with a oh bloody hell, man, that ain't happening. That is not happening. Girl, you must be from Tennessee because you're the only 10 I see. Oh, you know, I think I've heard that one actually. But you know what? They used to be like That's what I meant to say. No, so I think I got it. I think I got it. So good. But used to come up with like the maddest chat lines back in the day. Like there was one where you lick your finger, right? Lick your finger, and you wipe it on the girl, and you just say something like, you wipe it on the girl, and you wipe it on yourself, and you go like, whew, better go home and get changed out of these wet clothes. Yeah, none of them ever worked, by the way, but they were fun to try. They were fun to say. I don't think, well, I don't know about anybody else, but I don't think I ever used a chat line because I thought it would actually work. I think anytime I've ever used one of those chat lines, I was just messing around and I was never expecting it to get any further. But I don't know, maybe some people do use them in a real way. I don't know. I got rewards. I don't know what I got though, but I got some rewards. Up to level 15. So, by that standard, we're some bootleg niggas. Well. Well. Hey, give me fun. My bad mistakes. Nah, it's so good. So good. You should have lied on birds. I wasn't trying to get like right, exactly. Just messing around. Listen, ain't nobody ever got to apologize for a grammar mistake or a spelling mistake or whatever. It's all good. I ain't grading papers here, so don't even worry about it. Maybe sometimes I might not understand what was said or whatever, but a little clarification, and we're all good. And we're all good. But yeah, don't worry about it. Don't gotta apologize for none of that. I want to pull my lyrics. That's smoother if you get my meaning. You know, I'll be going ham on that jerk chicken and curry goat. Hey, that's nice though. Well, jerk chicken. Don't think I've ever tried curry goat. Max, you know, it's crazy. I'm actually vegetarian. Oh, right, yeah, you did. Yeah, you have said that. Yeah. So I guess it'd be like more like I don't know, like jerk. Carrots? Sorry, I'm probably sounding mad ignorant right now. But you could do like jerk seasoning on vegetables. So yeah, you could still do that. You could still do that. 2 or 3 years ago, jerk chicken takes a while to prepare. Yeah. But these days, though, I mean, it's rare that I would like walk up to a girl and try and talk to her. You know, like back in the day, like back in my younger days, like man was just on it. You know what I mean? Like I think especially when you're young, you're a bit more fearless in it. So like you're just kind of on it, and you just see a girl, you're like, "Yo, what's up?" and just start talking. It's a rare occasion I do that these days. Like rare. Like most times, I probably wouldn't approach a girl unless she said something to me first. You know what I mean? I wouldn't say nothing to her unless she said something to me first. Like it's rare, you know. And part of that is I'm a lot older than a lot of the girls are now. So I was like, you know, maybe don't. You know what I mean? It might just look a bit creepy. Sometimes you can't even tell. You know, so it's like, you know what, let me just not. I tend to serve food which is a vegetarian equivalent to that. Ah, okay. But then you're a Jamaican for real then, huh? Yo, Jacob got jokes. Brax, excuse me. My bad. Brax got jokes. Yeah, we all make mistakes. It's all good. Yams, plantain, rice, peas, basically everything. Minus me. Actually, speaking of being bootleg Jamaican though, like you said you pronounce that as plantain, right? I swear most Jamaicans pronounce that as plantain. So yeah, bootleg Jamaican might actually be pretty accurate. I swear most Jamaicans or most people from the Caribbean islands would be plantain. We pronounce that plantain. I say plantain. That's how I've kind of always pronounced it, plantain. But anytime that conversation comes up at how it's pronounced, it's always like people like from Caribbean islands would say plantain. It's pronounced plantain. Mountain, plantain. Jacob's like, nah, plantain. It's pronounced plantain. The correct way, by the way. Okay, culture. Guess I've become way too westernized for this vegetarian stuff. Nice, peas, rice, meat sounds, to me. Yeah, and that's so good. I mean, it's a healthier lifestyle. Well, is it healthier? Well, I mean, definitely has health benefits to it. I mean, as long as you're getting all your right nutrients, that's the main thing, really. Getting all your proteins and, you know, all that sort of stuff. And you can get that from vegetables, so... I feel like the main thing, whatever diet you go on, whatever kind of diet you choose to have, the main thing is that, as far as health goes, at least, anyway, the main thing is you are getting all the right nutrients in a good amount. And your other pronunciation is more the English way, I guess. I would like some plantain. I was in a shop once. It was like a Morrison's, and I was trying to find the plantain, right? And so I asked one of the staff members, do you guys sell plantain? And the lady asked me, what's that, right? That's what she said to me, what's that? And it's at that point I kind of realized I've probably never had to describe plantain to anybody before, right? Because, you know, where I grew up, it's pretty common. I grew up in Halston, so it's like, everyone knows what plantain is there. But I've never had to describe it before, so I just said, it's like a banana, but it's not. You know what I mean? 'Cause that's the best way I could think of at that moment. And there was another lady nearby that overheard a conversation. And when I said that, the way she just looked at me like... But then again, it's like, how else can you describe it? Do you know what I mean? To somebody who doesn't know what it is, how can you describe a plantain? It looks like a banana, but it's not. So it's bigger, but similar kind of shape, I guess. Like, you can't just peel it and eat it because it's not a banana. It just has that similar shape. Yeah, this is what we do. And of course, mac and cheese. Get that mac and cheese right. I was going over before it was called Candy M's. Actually, just till now, I thought it was called Candy M. So there you go. Like literally, right until I read you put Candy Yams, I thought it was Candy M. So I'm not even worried about it. I've never had it. I've just heard people say it, and it sounded like Candy M. So yeah. Vegetarian food ain't like it used to be. There is so much variety out there. Nah, for sure. Every major food chain has a vegetarian range now. Yeah, a lot of them do have vegan options now as well. You know, like McDonald's, KFC, all of them. They all have like vegan options. Greg's, pretty much anywhere you go. I'm gonna say I've never heard of it either, to be honest. Oh, I might have missed something. Never heard of plantain or candy yams or vegetarian food. There was a very little choice of vegetarians, and the food was bland as hell, absolutely lacking flavors. What is candied yams? Indeed, what is candied yams? Let's look that up. This thing that I've heard, but thought they were saying candy yams. Wait a minute. Apparently, they're a form of sweet potatoes. And if that's the case, well, I mean, I've had sweet potatoes. For sure. You know, because there's 3D printed meat out there. Some vegan places are gonna have it on menus. Some already does have a 3D printed meat. Nah, allow that. Allow that. Plantains and candied yams. Never heard. Oh, okay, those. Yeah, way too extreme for me. I like my milk and cheese, and I do occasionally eat eggs. Yeah. I mean, I tried doing the vegan thing for a little while. I tried it maybe a couple of years ago. I tried it for a month, and it was okay, but I don't think I could do more than a month. I don't want to. It's just it's a lot. It's a lot. You know, like I feel like the mind space you got to be in to stick to that diet for a long period of time. Nah, I don't want to do that to myself. I mean, I definitely should cut down on the amount of meat I eat. I know that, but yeah, I don't think vegan's the way. Not for me. Not for me. Sweet, tasty food that's cooked around here in the south. Pie, whites and blacks. Brings sweet into me. That's nuts. There you go. It's sweet potatoes. That's where sweet potato pies come from. I see. Yeah, like they have. They have. I know they want to everything to me. I wonder if that's safe. I mean, it's probably. I assume at least it's probably fine to eat, but I still wouldn't want to. I wouldn't. I mean, it's like sweets, you know what I mean? Like a lot of sweets that got all kinds of crap in them, but they're still fine to eat, you know what I mean? They're not gonna, one sweet's not going to kill you. But at the same time, it's like you generally just don't munch on sweets all day. Like, I don't think I'd want to eat 3D printed meat. Certainly not as a replacement for real meat. I don't think so. I'm sure. I mean, I might try it like once just to know what it tastes like or what it feels like, whatever. But I don't think I'd want to try it like all the time. Even if it tastes great, like even if it tastes amazing, I don't think I'd want to have it all the time. It'd be like, nah, cool. It's cool that you can do this with technology now, but we good. For vegan for about a week. And a week though, come on, man. That's not trying vegan. You gotta say try being vegan for a week. Come on, man. That's not trying a week. A week is like I just didn't have any burgers that week. You know what I mean? That's not trying. Come on, Alan. You could do better than that. Come on now. A week, you know. Come on now. You could do better than that. Man said a week. Listen, you could go vegan for a week without even thinking about it. Like, this is like you just didn't eat meat that week. You know what I mean? It's like whatever. It's like you just happen to go a week where you didn't eat meat and cheese and eggs. It's like that happens without, you know what I mean? You don't. That's something that would happen without you even planning it. It's just how you eat. Sometimes you don't eat meat all the time, right? You don't eat cheese and eggs all the time. Well, you shouldn't be, at least anyway. You shouldn't be. Unless Alan's gonna come tell me now, yeah, I'm a carnivore. I just eat nothing. No, not carnivore. What's the one where you only eat meat? We eat nothing but meat. It's not carnivore, is it? Or is it carnivore? No, when we eat nothing but meat, it's just like just beef and lamb and beef, and that's your whole diet. Unless you're gonna tell me something like that, then it's like, come on, man. A week is not trying vegan. Come on now. My favorite junk food, one is Burger King. They have a great range. I live Burger King. Impossible Burger. Oh, I still haven't tried that one yet, actually. I've tried the KFC one and the McDonald's one. But yeah, apparently Impossible Burger is really good. So gotta get to that at some point. Some Tefto candy, yams, but never cooks the pies. Haven't learned. I gotta try the candy yams. And you only lasted a week. I'd have food beast boys, eat so food before. Ever fucking 3D into poultry, real talk. Yeah, that's carnivore. Carnivore, okay, cool. It only be a week, felt like hell. I got to confess I occasionally have meat cravings, but I gave in and I gave into it once and instantly regretted it. Was that a long time ago? Or was that like, I don't know, yesterday? Carnivore. Carnivore. Let me read properly. Carnivore. Cool. Worst week of my life. Herbivore. I have a mage from a southerner. You'll love them, I'm telling you. McDonald's vegan burger is inedible. It's a bit dry, I thought. You know, it's not bad, but I feel like because they didn't put any kind of sauce on it. Or did they? No, they might have put like a little bit of mayo or something. I can't remember anymore. It was still dry anyway. It wasn't bad. I don't think it was bad, but yeah, it certainly wasn't. These boys from Teen Titans is I mentioned. Oh, it's about Teen Titans. Okay. No, I mean, I mean, the thing about the vegan thing though is like, it's not strictly speaking a bad way to go. But yeah, like you said, it's just a bit extreme, especially if you're doing it long term. Going vegan for a short period of time is probably going to be fine, I think, for most people. Like going vegan for, you know, a month or two or something like that, every now and then, you know, it's probably going to be fine for most people, I think. But doing it like for years and years on end, yeah, I struggle to think that's a good idea. But I mean, people have done it, right? People do it, and they seem to be relatively okay. So I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm assuming too much. A while ago, giving my craving some thoughts on the veggie delight you had a while ago. I mean, that wasn't anything. It was just like, I can't remember what was in it at this point. You know what I mean? Like it was just like buns and some vegetables. Like I really don't remember what they put in it, because it was just all I remember is that it was completely my choice. It was like, okay, well, what is it? I was like, oh, here's 2 buns. What do you want in it? It's like, well, what's supposed to be in it? It's like, okay. I mean, I probably had some lettuce and I don't know, some, I can't remember anymore what I put in it. Tomatoes, maybe. Jalapenos, probably. I probably had some peppers and some gherkins in there, but I mean, it was fine, I guess. But it's just like, to me, it's just like, I don't see the point of having something on the menu that doesn't have a base option. You know, like if you just said, hey, choose vegetable options of your choice, cool, I know what I'm getting. But if you call it something, if you give it a name, but there's no base option, it's like, well, what exactly is it? You know, because if I say I want lettuce, cucumbers, and tomatoes, somebody else says they want, you know, jalapenos, peppers, and cheese, and you call it, and both of them are called a veggie delight. It's like, well, they're 2 different things, clearly. So it just didn't make sense as like, why have a named option but there's no base item? It's just like completely customer choice. Just say, look, choose whatever vegetables you want, $2.99. Cool. Call it that, you know what I mean? Hey, the McDonald's burger was like eating rubber. Didn't like it at all. I guess I liked it a little bit better than Jacob did, but as a man didn't like it at all. Like eating rubber, you know. I actually had a vegan bacon burger a few weeks back, and it wasn't bad. It tasted okay, like, but yeah, that was like eating rubber. Like it did feel like, you know what I mean, like kind of a little bit. Nuggets, food stronghold down here. This is agricultural part of the country in the Midwest too. Southern American food is famed worldwide. You guys don't play when it comes to food. I have to tip my hat to you guys. Oh, excuse me. I just can't eat a sentient being. I just can't do it. Yeah. But you know, there's some studies that suggest that plants might be sentient. So, just saying. Just saying. Just saying. Just saying. Speaking of plants, actually, let me show you. Let me show you Frederick real quick. Frederick's starting to lean a lot more. Look at these. Like, this is leaning all the way out, and it's kind of split. You can't really see it. In fact, you know what? Let me over here. Like, this one's leaning all the way out. Look at that. And it's kind of, you can't see it, but it's kind of split down here as well. And I did trim some of them a little while ago, but it seems to be growing, going out. And yeah, I think it's actually just getting too big for my windowsill. That's the thing. It's actually getting too big for my windowsill. Like, I don't know where I'm gonna have to move him, but I might have to move him soon because he's getting too big for the windowsill. But yeah, and one of the blades bent, like violently bent, like sharp bend. You can't see it because it's too faint, but it was this one here. Yeah, you probably can't see a thing, but there was this way. It got a sharp bend in it. It seems to be okay right now, but the tip has gone a bit brown. So I'm kind of keeping my eye on this one to see what happens. But yeah, this is Frederick. After about 4 months, has it been? When was it? It was July. So July? Yeah, July. So what's that? Yeah, 4 months. It's been 4 months. Over 4 months now. Here's the thing though. When I bought the seeds, oh, let me be careful putting Jacob. Frederick. I called him Jacob. His name's Frederick. I had Jacob in my mind, and I called him Frederick Jacob. My bad. Sorry, Frederick. When I bought the seeds, right, I was told that it was a Chinese elm bonsai tree, right? Now, I ain't know too much about bonsai trees, to be honest, but that doesn't look like it's growing into a bonsai tree to me. Now, maybe that is just how they look, right? And eventually, because I know they can take a long time to grow, so maybe eventually it does go into the bonsai tree that we all kind of familiar with, the image that we're familiar with, and this is just how it starts out. But look at it right now, 4 months later, I don't know or see how that is going to grow into a tree. So I'm kind of thinking I was sold the wrong seeds. Now look, I don't care about that. Honestly, I really don't. If they're not bonsai, if it's not a bonsai tree, it is what it is. But if it's not a bonsai tree, I would like to know what it is. You know what I mean? I would like to know what it is, because then I can at least know what I have rather than thinking it's something that it isn't. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it is a tree and that's just how they start off with. I don't know. I don't know. You're lying. Oh, you're right. They don't play around here. Come to the kitchen and handing conflicts. Sprouting out a lot. How's Brenda getting on? Yeah, Brenda's fine. Brenda's a bit difficult to move though. Let me see. I've got to be real careful, but yeah, I had to put some sticks to hold her up because she was leaning a lot. So there's a few sticks in there, but because of the way she grows, I'm not sure the sticks are going to do much in the end. I can still see that they're still drooping out quite a bit. I can't really do much about that. It just is what it is. But this one here, you can see is like kind of drooping quite a bit. I was growing out real far, and down here as well. But yeah. Gots to be careful. Looks like look nothing like a plant. Oh, Haze. Yeah, my bad. I'm sorry, dude. They'll throw down in the kitchen and out in them streets and out of church or courthouse if need be. We don't play. We don't play around here. Last time showed us Is there much conflict in this? Because there's another carry over there. Yeah. Yeah, there's been a lot of growth. I've got to trim some of the edges again, though. It's called deadheading, when some of the edges brown out or the leaves might die out, and you got to cut them off. It's called deadheading. So I did that a little while ago, but it looks like I'm gonna have to do it again. I think the problem that Brendan's gonna have, or is having, I should say, is Brendan's a California poppy. And California poppies are not really ideal for indoor growing for a few reasons. One is that their root base can be really, really long. And even though this is a bigger tray, it's probably still not going to be big enough for their root base to really, really grow out. The other reason is that when they flower, they need to pollinate, or they need to be pollinated. So like things like bees and bugs and stuff like that, beetles, need to be able to get to them. When they're indoors, they can't do that. So it flowers, and then the flowers petals drop off after about a week or so. And yeah, the other thing is that they can grow quite tall. As some of them have them, you've seen, but then they droop a lot because they kind of start branching out and growing in different directions. So they end up just leaning over, and yeah, so they're not really ideal for indoor growing. So I ain't know what's going to happen. I mean, I don't want to put her outside because it rains a lot, and when it's in a pot, that's an issue because they can get drowned, because if they're in the soil, like I mean, you can put them in a garden. You can do that. I can put them in a garden. I'm not going to. I should say. But yeah, if they're out in the wilds, then their roots can just grow down, and if it rains, then the soil can soak up all that rain. When they're in a pot, if you're outside and it rains, they just get drowned. So, I mean, there are things I can look to explore, like putting it outside, but getting something to cover it so that it doesn't get too affected by wind, rain, and those sorts of things. I can kind of control it a little bit that way. But we'll see. I mean, there's things I might have to do and things I might have to consider maybe buying or making, or things like that. There's all kinds of options. But for now, I think she's doing okay, all things considered. But yeah, definitely just gonna have to make sure that the soil doesn't dry out, especially, it's almost winter time now, so I'm not watering them as much because the water lasts longer in the soil. So I have to make sure I'm not watering them too much, but of course making sure once the soil does start to dry out that I do re-water them, and make sure they all get enough nourishment so by the window so they can get enough lights. And if need be, I do actually have an artificial light that I can put on as well. So, so far so good. Is there much growth? How do they need to be planted? Have you ever visited Appalachian? There's conflict around here, but not at the level you want to know. No, I don't. One problem with planting in the garden is all the bugs and stuff eating the leaves. I can ruin the plant too. The bugs won't be the problem, actually. Not with the California poppy, at least. I mean, the bugs would actually help. Because that's how they pollinate. So that wouldn't be an issue. What you might have to be concerned with is maybe flies specifically. But the thing is, flies are a concern whether you're indoors or outdoors. Like, I actually have to it's hydrogen peroxide. You mix this with water and you put it on the soil, and it kills off the flies because flies need wet soil to lay eggs. Plants need wet soil to grow, right? So flies will lay their eggs in the soil, and I've had that issue. So those yellow things you saw, those yellow kind of butterfly shaped things you saw, those are fly catchers. And also use this in the soil to kill off the fly eggs, but you can't use this all the time, so you got to use it as you need to. But yeah, bugs wouldn't be a problem. I wouldn't be worried about bugs, but flies, yeah, because flies would eat the roots, and that of course kills the plants. So yeah, and of course you then get a bunch of flies in your house as well. So if I was to guess, because everyone in the south is packing, so it's a deterrent. Everybody got that heat. That Balanchian is where the Hicks live. Hicks, is that like the rednecks and people who marry their sisters and stuff like that? Flies and caterpillars are a pain. Yeah, flies. I mean, caterpillars. Yeah, they kind of. Well, we got. I don't know if we get too many caterpillars, but yeah, they might eat the leaves. But I wouldn't be too worried about caterpillars because, I mean, that just is what it is. But yeah, flies will eat the roots, and that's more of a problem. The leaves can grow back. The roots, once they're gone, forget about it. So yeah, flies are definitely more of a concern. Just about it. Everybody and their mama and papa has a strap, so high levels of conflict is at a minimum. It's a pro today down here, and one quote is an armed society is a polite society. I'd be too scared to visit Balanchian, especially after watching that movie Deliverance. I don't know much about gardening. I don't teach much. Barracks are here that are arms as polite society. Because the South is mostly red, Republican, conservative, pro-gun, pro-amendment, pro-NRA, but up in the north is where high crime is in the blue states. Home invasion must be very real, so in the South, especially their home is a console. Yeah, an armed society is a polite society. Max, yeah, that's probably true, but is living in fear a good thing though? I don't know. I mean, less crime. So I guess that's something. Less people getting shot because, you know, people aren't, you know, trying to start nothing. But then you have less states where they don't have it. You have more freedoms. Well, not about more freedoms, but you know, you have more, I guess, perceived freedom. You know, you might pop off at the mouth and say what you really want to say, but you might not come out of it. So I don't know. What's the better option? That's a debate for another day. But it's actually getting late right now. Is a place I carry my gun is a safe place. Any place I carry my gun is a safe place. I haven't been in Appalachians, but I watched Appalachian Outlaws. Have you ever seen A Bronx Tale? I have not seen that. Oh, wait. No, I don't think I have. Or have I? One sec. I don't think so. Actually, no, I have seen this. It was years ago, though. But yeah, I have seen it. I don't remember a lot of it, but yeah, I have seen it. I was living in America. I would vote Republican because I have Christian values. I've seen Good movie. Alright, guys. It is 12:22. So yeah, I need to take my ass to bed. I should be live streaming again on Monday. Movie night is Halloween H2O. 20 years later. It is on Netflix if you want to watch it along, or if you have it on DVD, Blu-ray, Laserdisc, you know, it's all good too. If you don't have access to it, that's cool. You can still come along and have some fun. But that's Monday, 8:30 p.m. ish GMT. So yeah, that should be the next live stream. I might see if I could drop a little site in the meantime, but we'll see. We'll see. Haze, Mountain Man, Hex, and to make moonshine, and there is a lot of incest that allegedly goes on. Oof, allow that. I'd rather live in a peace than it's a double entendre. You'd rather live in peace. It's a double entendre. Okay. I mean, the piece you put there is piece as in multiple pieces. So you rather live in separate body parts? I'm not sure I got that joke, Alan. I'm sorry. I don't think I got that joke. That might just flew over my head. Being a smart move. Both parties are part. Some part. Also, Republicans are a bit more logical, and it has some sense. And you wants to be able to defend yourself, your family, and property. Actually, only Republican candidate I consider is Herschel Walker. He's a complete dumbass. Yeah, I saw something about him talking about vampires and werewolves or something, but yeah. Alright, guys. You have been awesome as always. I appreciate you and all that you do. Thank you for keeping me company. Thank you for keeping it lively. We'll have to continue this chat hopefully on the next live stream. Both parties is some type of way. I mean, yeah. It's all about balance. Not, you know, left wing, right wing. You need both wings to fly. So it's all about balance. But guys, until whenever. Oh wait, hold on a sec. On one hand, I'm saying I would rather live in peace, as in somewhere quiet, and also living by the gun. Oh, right. So I see. Gotcha. I see. Thanks for explaining that. it's like explaining magic tricks, though, isn't it? Once you explain it, it's like okay. But yeah, appreciate that. I used to be for a gun, and now I'm starting to understand why they're necessary. All right, guys, you've been awesome as always. I appreciate you and all that you do. Thank you for keeping me company. Thank you for keeping it lively. The village is strong. You make it strong. We're only gonna get stronger. And until whenever, if ever, peace. And that's P-E-A-C-E, by the way, not the other. Peace. Alright, laters.